Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Comic Collector Shop sponsored podcast, The Cleanup Step. I'm Mike.
I'm Justin.
And I'm Kyle.
And today, we are going to be talking about a couple of very interesting topics. But to start with, what would you have preferred to see in the Mythic slot in Masters 25, our beloved new Overlord set, other than Tree of Redemption?
I would honestly go, like, if we're sticking to straight Innistrad, there's not a lot of options. I don't know if we want to stick to green or if you want to branch off into other colors. But I was thinking of, from the same block, Sigarda hasn't had a reprint in, I don't think ever.
Yeah.
So I think I'll go with the original Sigarda, not the new one from Shadows over Innistrad, but the original Angel Sigarda. Because Bruno's had a reprint and Avicen's had a reprint and Gisella's had a reprint.
I'd argue that actually you can go one step better than that, though, because while, Sigarda would be cool to reprint or Bruno would be cool to reprint, they're actually not the most iconic card from that set. Mm-hmm. They're not the most, influential from that block. I would go, personally, Griselbrand probably should have gotten reprinted.
Griselbrand is good, yeah.
Yeah,
that's a good
because
option.
he just smashed, was it Commander apart, and he was good in Modern. He started seeing play because that pay 7, draw 7 is just really strong. And so really, I would have done that. I mean, there's Huntsmaster of the Fells.
Huntmaster's good, yeah.
That would have been better. There's so many cards that would have gone better than Tree of Redemption.
Yeah, well, so the biggest miss from Masters 25 for me is a card that originally printed at Rare. I would have to say it would be the True Name Nemesis. I think that deserves a Mythic reprint.
Oh yeah, no, that would have been really good.
Yeah, it's only been released in one set. It's a Legacy staple. It's in Merfolk
20.
and well, pretty much any deck with blue in it.
Yeah.
Delver, Stoneblade.
True Name does need a reprint.
Yeah, it's insanely expensive, and it really could have used that little boost. I thought it was gonna be. So I think that was a miss. If it was original.
Oh man, getting your hands on foil True Name Nemesis.
Yeah. Although I think there's a decent chance we're gonna see it in the Commander Anthology set that's coming up. And that may be why they didn't print it. Because there's already a printing in the works.
Because they care so much about printing the same card, multiple things in a year. Look at the spellbook that's coming out.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
Half of it just got printed in Masters 25. Brainstorm, Blue Elemental Blast.
Which we'll hit that in a minute because I've got thoughts on that. They're somewhat complementary.
Yeah. I mean, lucky for you, they're exclusive to game stores.
Right? Which, is nice, but also, it's not that much different than From the Vaults, which I think is what it's trying to replace.
Yeah. It's a fraction of the cost.
I would have liked it if they had moved a different product to be exclusive to game stores. If instead of discontinuing the dual decks, because the dual decks are really popular.
Yeah.
If instead of discontinuing that, they had moved that to be game store exclusive, or if the Challenger decks were game store exclusive, because where are you going to use your Challenger deck? Are you going to use it at your local Target, your local Walmart? No, you're going to use it at my store.
Yeah.
So why should Walmart and Target be selling it when I could sell it? And I could actually walk you through how it's supposed to play, right? So while it's exclusive to game stores, that doesn't mean a lot. There's already plenty of product that Target and Walmart don't carry. And plus their carrying it can be really spotty from time to time, depending on depending on what the product is and how quickly it goes out. So I've definitely seen stores that, got in, was it the Sunnyvale Target got in 3 cases of the last Commander set. They were gone that morning. The morning it was released, they were gone. Yeah. So it's not, whatever. It feels very false and pandering when they say it's going to be game store exclusive. But that's just me as a real retailer with my whole support your FLGS type mentality, because it's, you know, how I make my living. So such is life. But yeah, Masters 25 was, I actually got to draft this set.
So did I.
Which is a first for, like, I don't get to draft very often, but on Saturday we didn't have that many people in, and the draft was all right. It honestly, it was fun.
It was.
I just don't know if it's justifying the $10 a pack price very well.
It was okay. Did you have a chance of drafting it, Kyle?
No, because I already knew what you're saying.
Yeah.
I believe my
Yeah.
line when I sat down for a Commander game before you guys started on Friday was, this isn't a draft set. It wasn't made with draft in mind. I just bought a bunch.
Yeah. What was different about this draft environment compared to past master sets was this was very less focused on archetypes and more on combos. So stuff like Horseshoe Crab comboing with like a whole array of spells, or just a lot of synergies with Brine Elemental and Vesuvian Shapeshifters a combo. There's just like a bunch of like 2-card combos in the set, which in the past a lot of the draft archetype, like a lot of the master sets have been more focused on draft archetypes. Like I remember Eternal Masters, one of the big ones they pushed was green-black elves, and then there was also goblins in that set, and there was a flicker-based. Like, I think blue-white was a flicker-based color.
Yeah, and I don't think they really, like, pretended either that it was that it was more a celebration of Magic's history than a thing designed to be drafted, right? Like, obviously, you look at it, there are combos, there are little things, and Magic has had some pretty common elements throughout its history, so, like, it's not that it's complete garbage for drafting. It's just when it comes to the price per pack, it's just not. It's not the set that's gonna get me back in. I'm hoping that's Dominaria. Get me back until limited. I've been a little shy on limited lately.
Yeah, like I wish they had a lot more payoff for the cycling, because there was a ton of cycling in the set, but there's no payoff for it. It's just so you can draw your lands or draw an extra card.
But Justin, that is the payoff. The payoff for cycling is that there are there are 2-card combos.
Yeah,
that's the payoff.
That's true.
That's how you get to them.
And if you don't get those 2-card combos and you're cycling, it sucks.
Mm-hmm.
Trust me.
It would have been really cool though to see like a card like Astral Slide, or maybe seeing a reprint of like these aren't expensive cards by any means, but something like Drakehaven or Astral Slide where you can actually make a.
You can't talk about Astroglide on here.
Oh my god. But like,
no, screw Drakehaven. Astral Slide is where it's at. Like, that was an iconic card. When that was out.
Which is a thing that I wanted to hit on, is there's a lot of misses. We hit on it in the introductory question, but they did not actually get that many iconic cards. Like, Iconic Masters, I feel, had a better handle on what made the last 25 years of Magic iconic than this set did.
Yeah.
Like, reprinting all of the filter lands, 1 or 2 would be perfectly acceptable, and then give away 3 of those rare spots to, I don't know, a shock land. You could fit in. Like,
I'm actually okay with the filter lands.
The filter
like
lands
they
are
haven't
fine.
seen a reprint. Like that slot was well deserved, and I think that Masters 25. There's a reason that there is iconic Masters in Masters 25. I don't know that iconic is the right term for what they were necessarily going for. I think more like what's the right term? There's a term that describes, I think, a lot of the set. But there were just some huge misses on the commons and uncommons slot.
Yeah.
Like the stupid Crozan
Tusker.
Crozan Tusker and like the other like crappy.
Yeah, I just think it's like they're like R&D. They're sitting down. They're going, hey, we need to grab a common from Innistrad, a really iconic common,
Delver
and it's gonna be a flying creature.
Delver Secrets.
Right?
Delver
and then they
Secrets.
choose Murder Crows.
What? No, Delver Secrets.
They're like, our flyer from Innistrad, that's a blue card, is gonna be Murder Crows, and it's like
Yeah.
Murder Crows. I guess it was iconic because it saw some play in that limited format.
Well, no,
But
once again,
Delver
it's not iconic.
secrets.
It's like if they printed foils so that you could get more foils, right? Like
Yeah.
Murder of Crows was, it was that card, right?
Yeah.
Like it's got some flavor to it, and I'm okay with that one. I just think like, what did they hit on from Scourge Block? Like, was there anything that was not just dumb?
We were talking about it before actually, and Justin didn't even realize there were cards from OG Innistrad, or not OG Innistrad, OG Ravnica.
Oh
It
yeah,
was-
Watch Wolf. Like
yeah. I drafted Watch Wolf. I said Mighty Leap.
What do you
Because
talking
I
about?
didn't
Watch
think
Wolf
there was either.
absolutely iconic.
No,
in its
Watch
time.
Wolf is iconic.
yeah.
It was just like
Yeah.
Because Zoo was a huge
Yeah.
part of that format and a huge part of the extended format that followed.
Yeah. My problem was like I was expecting a iconic rare from the original Ravnica set because it is one of those fondly remembered sets up there with Innistrad and up there with the original Zendikar where people like reminiscing about it. And the fact that like
what is the rare slot there?
I think they could easily like I would have preferred like maybe the Shockland cycle
No,
honestly.
we've had
because
the
those are
Shockland
iconic
cycle.
cards. Like
If you've already got lands in there, personally for the lands, I would have said do like one from the sets you're gonna pull it from.
Yeah.
But like one of each. But that gets hard to. I understand
No,
why they
that
did
was
do it.
terrible
I-
and iconic. That was
Yeah.
that was. I mean, I realized that they were technically all from the same like cycle with the time spiral stuff or whatever that they did. But no, that's terrible. I
Right.
hated that.
Right, but like
I like that they picked a set of lands that wasn't reprinted, and printed the set of them.
yeah,
Alright.
I wouldn't give it to the shock lands if you've
So-
already got lands in there. But
So I just pulled up a list of rares from the original Ravnica set. Birds of Paradise, Dark Confidant, Life from the Loam,
Court of
Char,
Calling.
Court of Calling, Cloud Circaria, Copy Enchantment.
Necroplasm.
See, I
Like,
think that Watch Wolf was
Sun
more
Forger.
important at the time that set was out than any of those cards.
I mean, oh no, I have a. So that's the thing. We're not talking about taking out Watch Wolf and putting in a rare in its place. We're
Yeah.
talking about taking out one of the rares that's already there and putting a different
Yeah, no, no.
Ravnica rare.
Like
But-
original
but I'm
original
saying that-
Innistrad got 4 cards. Like
Yeah, the thing is, I'm saying that the principle behind
doubling season, yeah.
it. Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, there's way better
There we go.
choices.
doubling
There's
season's
doubling
like
season,
$50 right now.
Debtors now. There's so many good choices they could have gone with, and doubling season would have really bolstered the price of that box.
Doubling season really needs a reprint too. It's
Yeah.
like $50 right now.
There and Theros. What did they even print from Theros? I'm legit curious. What? There was no rares, right?
I
That's
think what did they
Yeah,
they put
see,
in?
that's a really good question, isn't it?
I know Born of the Gods got that common.
Courser of Crewfix was in there.
Courser
so
of
that's Born of
Crewfix.
the Gods.
wasn't
the
like
Helix,
Perforos?
Pinnacle
Nope,
Helix.
Perforos wasn't in there as far as I remember.
I just know Born of the Gods got 2 cards.
Oh yeah, I know Courser. Yeah. So
Yeah, Courser got in, and then there was that whatever Traction
think,
Helix was from also
honestly,
from Born of the
I
Gods.
think they should have just strayed away from draft and gone with making this instead of like a 250 card set. This should have been like a 270 to 300 card set, and they should have fit a lot more in there because it's
just like a box set that's just a rare from every set.
Yeah,
that I would have been okay with that.
like a From the Vault or a specialty product like the like when they redid
Now,
the Commander anthology or
I see
something.
why they wouldn't do that, just because like how do you display it, and then that's gonna be a huge box.
Yeah.
Like
but-
that's the thing is people are still like people are still gonna be playing with this in draft, which is more than if you don't release it that way. So like obviously from a business standpoint and even realistically from an average player standpoint, like if you average all the opinions of players across everything, like it probably was just a strictly good decision.
Yeah, and you're gonna sell more boxes that way
Yeah.
because if you did it as an FTV, you're limiting the number of people who can buy it. Like nearby
Yeah, that's
stores,
true.
Heroes, for example, wouldn't be able to get any, and so you're limiting its exposure. and you're limiting the number of stores are going to order, even if you had placed the cap at the same cap that they did with boxes, which, we got a lot. We got 10 cases, and we're one of the smaller ordering stores in the area. Even if you did that, it would still be just so, like, there'd be so much, there'd be so many stores that wouldn't order as many because From the Vaults don't sell as fast necessarily.
Yeah.
So.
They did the bidet, by the way. I mean the Biden.
Oh, Biden the Thassa.
Oh, why? Whip of Erebos. If you're gonna do one, Whip of Erebos.
At least do one that has been reprinted over and over again.
Yeah, but like, because Biden
did Biden see play?
Good.
Did Biden see play when it was in standard? I mean, in standard. Like, I know Whip saw play when it was in standard.
I don't know. I wasn't around for Theros.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, Whip
saw play in standard.
Whip was integral to standard.
Yeah, Whip was very good.
And that's like something they could have reprinted that would have been way more celebratory of Magic's 25 years than Biden.
Also,
I drafted 3 Bidens, by the way.
Yeah.
Also, where was Bitter Blossom?
Right?
Yeah.
Oh my god, yeah.
Yeah.
Bitter Blossom, super iconic.
And it's not that I hate the set or anything. I actually, again, I enjoyed drafting it, and maybe that's just because I'm not a good drafter. It's definitely because I'm not a good drafter.
I did hear through the grapevine that this set actually didn't have that big of a team working on it, which does explain a lot of the problems that did occur.
A lot of the weird choices.
Yeah, like I think they had like 5 people total working on it, so I think that is sort of where a lot of problems stem. I just wish that they took this set and Iconic Masters and took the workforce and sort of mashed them together and focused on one giant draft set.
I think they've got a better chance.
Iconic was a perfectly acceptable draft set. It's just we had like 2 weeks to draft it.
Yeah.
They really should have released Iconic about now.
They should have do 2 master sets a year.
Yeah. They dicked that one up real bad.
And they've got a better chance. Hopefully their signature spell books are going to do a lot better. They got Eidolon in there too.
Eidolon was in there.
That's a solid
yeah.
choice. Eidolon is a solid choice.
I mean, even stuff like Savannah Lines, that's a pretty iconic card. So.
Oh, definitely. That's OG.
I mean, as we go in the towards the future, I know a lot of people have been looking forward, sort of ignoring Masters 25. It's sort of turned out to be a bust, but a lot of people are looking forward to the next set. And we are going to go into some detail, and we are going to go into some... we may drop some spoilers.
Yeah, not this
no?
episode.
Not this episode?
Okay. We're doing the signature spellbook.
So we're not doing...
We're not actually... We decided we didn't want to touch on the on Dominaria while... This was a very last-minute decision, like literally about 20 minutes ago. We don't want to touch on the leaks because while it's awesome that they're there and there's a lot we could talk about, we don't feel we've put together enough to give a proper representation, and there's a lot there. If you haven't seen them, we'll drop a link in the description, but there's a lot there for you to go
If you are interested, go take a look. It does look to be a very interesting set. We will talk about it in the future, I guess, then.
Yeah. It's probably going to be our next episode. Speaking of which, for next episodes, I'll be posting this in the description of the video as well, but actually next episode we're going to be doing a promo code. We're going to be doing basically a discount code at the end of the next episode. So
I just know one local at the shop, Carson, if you're listening, I know we had a conversation about how pumped you were for Dominaria, so...
Yeah, sorry to disappoint you. We're not going to talk about that yet, bud. You got to wait 2 weeks.
Yeah. All right. So I guess we'll talk about the spell book that they just announced this morning. They spoiled it this morning.
They announced it previously.
They announced it previously, but they spoiled the cards this morning, and... I'm assuming we're gonna get one for each Planeswalker because they just did the Jace spellbook. I hope
so. That would be pretty cool.
And what they did is they're reprinting a bunch of cards that sort of are iconic to the color blue.
Can we stop using that? We need a better word.
They're very integral.
Integral.
Fact, you could you could argue that it would be incongruent too. Okay. Anyways,
but these cards, this one's being focused around Jace and. Is it 10 cards that they're...
It's 8.
Eight cards?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's 8. So you get 9 cards in the spellbook. You get 1 of each card, and then a foil of one of them randomly.
Yeah,
so
random.
You'll get 2 of
so
one of the cards.
So there's still a little bit RNG, and if you get the, what was it, Mystical Tutor, is it?
Yeah, Mystical Tutor is probably
that's
the
probably
most
going to be the money reprint.
And it's
although
nice art.
Admittedly, though, Mystical Tutor is so the MSRP on the spellbook is $20.
Yeah.
Which is great.
That's a really good price point.
We'll see how long it stays at that.
Yeah.
Like I'm not sure how many I'm gonna get off the top of my head, but I feel like it's probably about 20 total. And so if that,
I mean,
that's gonna inform a lot of. What
I
the
definitely
price
am
is.
interested in picking one up.
Because a big thing to remember is Wizards, as far as I'm aware, based off of what I heard from insider sources at one of the big retailers on the West Coast, Wizards is not making special considerations for larger retailers. You are one of their levels on their in the DCI, either Core, Advanced, or Advanced Plus, and that dictates how many you get, and that's it. So if you are a store that has 3 different locations and you're seeing a couple hundred people a week or a month, or you're seeing a couple hundred people every Friday, doesn't matter. You will get exactly the same that I will.
Oh, geez.
And that means that there's going to be a lot more people who want this than the amount of it that will be out there, right? So
yeah.
I feel like there's a good chance if they move this to unlimited and they made this their attempt at the iconic format, or not the iconic form, if this had been Masters instead, this would have been a lot better. Iconic.
So what is interesting to me about this set, not going from the retailer's point of view, is I really do like the card frame that they put on these cards. It looks like there's white text, and even the mana symbol's white.
Oh yeah,
they're putting a little cool little like watery texture on the border.
You know what it reminds me of? The little border they've added at the bottom? A batleth from Star Trek. I feel like a Klingon would be holding that and swinging it at people.
Yeah, but like even like the little like foil symbol that they put on all the rares now, they isolated it, they made it look all cool and special, and they added a lot of new art to a lot of these cards. I think counter spell's already been done, where it's just the one with Jace like waving his hand,
and the Jace is just
and the Jace Bellarian's like it's the original lore one Jace, but blue. Going down the list, Blue Elemental Blast, Brainstorm,
Those are
Counterspell.
Counterspell's old. Gifts Ungiven
is new.
Mystical Tutor is new and super nice. Negate's nice. Threads of Disloyalty. I actually really like this art, and probably when we do an opening for it at on the night before release, like we do with most sets, when I do the live stream, I'll talk about how much I love this art.
Okay, this art is just begging for alters. He's totally just about dabbing.
So
Kyle,
as a resident artist,
Kyle, if you follow this thread,
I have been working on alters lately. I'm getting decent.
yeah, you did show us some of your. I think you showed us some of your border, like where you stretched out the border of the card or something.
Yeah, I made some full art lands borderless.
Yeah, they look really nice.
I've been working on borderless. Pretty much the state I'm at right now is borderlessing. I haven't been like adding in card elements very much yet.
Where's my temple, Kyle?
Where's
my temple? I'll start
but-
saying it, Kyle. I swear to God, I'll start saying it.
But like I know for sure I'm gonna try to pick up some of these singles, if not the whole thing, to add to my pre-existing decks, because a lot of the art on these cards just look really nice.
Yeah, and they better, because as I mentioned at the top of the episode, we just saw all these cards.
That's true.
Okay, half of, actually half, right?
A lot of the
Blue
important
Elemental, Brainstorm,
Elemental,
Counterspell, and then Negate's been in the last 2 standard.
And then Gifts Ungiven was in one of the, I think it was an Iconic or Master 17.
It was Iconic.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was Iconic. Threads of Disloyalty.
No one was really begging for a reprint, but it's still
Mystical
nice.
Tutor are the only two that we haven't seen a reprint recently.
Threads was in a commander set.
Okay, and Mystical Tutor was in Eternal Masters.
Yeah, but those are fine.
But that was a while ago.
Those are fine. But in 2017 to 2018, in the last 12 months, the last 12 months, we have seen more than half of these cards.
It's true.
Also, something I just thought about as I'm staring at the Jace Bellerin art right now, but is anybody else getting like a blue Road Warrior vibe? Like he should have a sawed-off shotgun and a dog? Or have I just been playing too much Fallout?
Or you're giving
it's good old
Kyle
emo
more.
Jace. He's just an emo kid, dude.
It's party Jace.
But he's got like the leather patches and like the random straps. I guess the
He
like
just
tunic.
looks like an edgelord, man.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just Jace in a nutshell, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of which, I hope we get another one of these. I hope they're not once a year. If they're once a
tough.
year, I'm gonna be very sad.
5 years later, we've gotten the OG Planeswalkers out of the way.
The low
Yeah.
and 5.
Yeah.
People have forgotten who they are by that time.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
What's
a
the green
wasteland
one?
where
Yeah.
nobody's been reprinted in years. Nobody remembers who Gideon is.
Just wait.
No.
The Liliana is gonna have Macabre Waltz on it because they printed that art with her dancing with a corpse.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that
And no one's asking for a reprint of that card, but that card's art looks really good, so.
fair. Oh man, we'll have to see what they do with it. 'cause-
Although, I was just thinking, is Demonic Tutor on the reserve list? I don't think so, right?
No.
'Cause
it's
if
not.
they-
It's
if they
vampire.
they
do-
just reprinted it. Like,
Yeah, because Demonic Tutor
Printed that
would
as
be
vampire.
actually a really good place to reprint, like one of these spell books would be a really good place to reprint Demonic Tutor. And that card's creeping up there. It's pretty expensive.
The cards on the reserved list are.
There's
I mean,
no
that-
way it's on the reserve.
I don't think it's on the
Yeah.
reserve list because it was
'Cause
in the
it's
dual deck.
$20.
It was in the dual deck.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and then there, and the $30 one is the one with Liliana on it.
The Vampiric Tutor?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one right there.
Oh, no, that's just Demonic Tutor.
Yeah.
Okay.
The one with her and Cuthafed.
Jihad.
Yeah, so I think that'd be, if they ever do a Liliana spell book, that'd be a perfect place to reprint that card. And I know a lot of people are clamoring for that card.
Oh,
so.
there's definitely some subtext in this thing.
I can't. I'm just excited to see.
Just
the
like
next
that
set.
Band
Yeah.
Grand Prix playmat.
Like, as much as
What?
I like Jace,
What band Grand Prix?
Oh, the one with-
Adam. I need you to drop an image of that. I don't
no,
know
no,
what
no,
it
no,
is.
no, no.
There's a reason
No.
it's banned.
It's
no,
straight
it's
up
not that bad.
It's Liliana straddling, like she's on top of Chandra, pretty much.
it's a little
Racy.
There's some subtext,
Yeah,
but
and
it's
it's
okay.
drawn by an official Magic
Alright,
artist, so
alright.
like.
One sec. Adam, remember I'm your boss, and I need you to drop that on this video, okay?
But yeah, that's a band grain pre. I know he sells it at comic conventions because he's not
Yeah.
allowed anywhere else to sell it, and it's also using Wizards licenses. He's not allowed to sell it online.
Yeah, I can
But
see
he
that.
sells it at comic conventions, and it's the band grain pre-playmat because it's basically Chandra and Liliana making out.
All right,
they
hold on.
should just put a skirt on them.
Hold on. All right, Adam, now that you are done dropping it into that section, you've gotten to this one. I don't actually want that art on there, so go back and fix that.
It's not that bad.
It's
I
not.
know.
It's not bad, but it's racy.
I
Like,
know. I actually don't mind. I just thought that was
I
funny.
think that it's more because of the notoriety it got. Like,
Yeah.
one person can complain at a Grand Prix, and that actually brings more attention to the thing that was
like
complained about.
like the Jinx blackface card from Pokemon way back in 19.
Or my
it was
Kill a Kill
95.
playmat.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, or your Kill a Kill
Yeah.
playmat.
I like before my opponents were the only ones who had an opinion about my playmat. After I had to put the Modesty Shield on it, it drew crowds. Right? They completely did the opposite of the intended effect.
Yeah, because you had to put something on it. Now everybody's like, why is that on there? Oh, hey.
I
Yeah,
just
get
feel that there's a large, a small subsect of Magic players that have like a bit of a vendetta against Japanese animation. Because I do have a few anime playmats myself, and I do get weird looks occasionally at bigger events, even when I go to Channel Fireball. And I think it's just, like different groups of nerds sort of looking down on other groups of nerds.
Oh man, that would make a great episode.
Yeah, it's
Oh, I need that picture in my life. I need that picture in my life.
For the audio listeners, aka all of the listeners, I just showed him the Steve
Chandra
Argyle
layout.
art.
Oh yeah,
I
Steve
had seen it previously.
Argyle.
I had seen it previously. That's one I want. I really do want printed out. Actually, it's one I think my girlfriend would enjoy. Anyways, Oh man, this episode straight into NSFW. This are bloopers that we're gonna put at the end. Ah, jeez.
It's not.
And the rest of our listeners who have no idea what Adam just edited or the pain he just went through, it was a lot. And if you come into Comic Collector Shop and ask very nicely, I will show you the audio recordings that we have of the 4 or 5 minutes Adam just cut out.
Or we can reenact it for you.
Over the age of some acceptable age to.
Yeah, I'll make that determination. So anyways, thanks guys for chilling out with us and talking Masters 25 and the new Signature Spellbook set.
We'll see you next episode for Dominaria, which is going to be super exciting.
Very excited about that. But in the meantime, you do need to end your turn, discard down to 7, remove all damage from all creatures, and prepare to pass. We've been the Cleanup Step. Have a good day, guys.